Hitman Holla K Shine Summer Madness 6 URL. This was the battle of performance. See who's the best performer, supposedly, but Hitman's levels beyond K Shine with performance. I guess it's just more fun to coin the battle. Let's see who's the best of this, Beasley voice or whatever. But and if you want to laugh, listen to the way Beasley says respected in the intro. There's just something so funny about that I had to bring that back a few times. But K Shine is a great performer, and he has some classic moments on that stage, but it's not so much his delivery. It's more the creativity in what he does with his performance at times. But either way, so let's get into it, right? Hitman, first round, he starts off with two crazy haymakers, and it just shut the venue down. Hitman was talking to Shine the way Rex should have talked to Shine, and I think that's why it was so crazy. That Rex battle, that just left a bad taste in your mouth, especially if you're a Rex fan or just a fan of battle rap and you wanted to see them, take the gloves off, so to say. And yeah, Rex, I don't know what was going on with Rex in that one, but like I said, Hitman was talking to Shine. So, first bar basically about disrespecting his baby mama and his daughter, and he's like, I'll fuck your baby mama in front of your daughter. And the look on Shine's face, Shine, everyone knows, he's quick to get all upset in the battle, take it to that level where, it's beyond battle rap, but he's all smiles and, yeah, I'll take it, this is battle rap, I'm not gonna fight. It's like, oh, okay. Guess you pick and choose your battles, but he shouldn't be fighting. So I mean, whatever, it's just funny, and it is what it is, but whatever. So he had Hitman hit him with the second haymaker, the Sharon prop gun line, and that got an even crazier reaction in the first bar, even though I don't think it was as hard. But vintage Hitman, he's well known for those first rounds, and he didn't disappoint. He has a lot of basic stuff in his rounds, but that is Hitman, and he delivers it well. So he will always, it'll have that impact. It's funny too with Hitman. A lot of times battle rappers will stop and run back a line, and the crowd will chant it with them. But with Hitman, it's so basic that the crowd will chant the lines without ever even hearing them, because you just know what's coming next. But I don't know if that plays into his rounds and why they're so good, but he definitely knows what he's doing up on that stage, and Hitman went off. That first round was great. He also, he was breaking down kind of how K-Shine stole his style, and although I don't believe it, I like the way he broke down. It was sort of like pointing out specific examples and how K-Shine started to do this after Hitman did it. Like I said, I don't really believe it. I don't think K-Shine's style is anything like Hitman's, but Hitman sold the shit out of it, that angle, and all in all, just a excellent round. So we get into K-Shine, and K-Shine, I don't know, man. I don't know what you were doing up there that first round. To anyone who didn't notice, I mean, he was rapping so much slower than he ever raps. He's just very different, and K-Shine's been different from battle to battle. Ever since they joined forces and created NWX, there have been so many moments where it's just so clear that K-Shine's spitting big T bars or DNA bars, or it's just so obvious. It's so their style, and K-Shine's kind of turning into like the battle rap Shang Tsung, except he's using his own team's styles and flows, and just clearly the writing. So I mean, newest member of NWX is PC. If anyone isn't familiar with PC, PC is nice. Grind Time Atlanta, if you were following Grind Time back in the day, he had some great battles. I'd recommend his battle with Star Almighty. It's hilarious. He got this long-winded story that's just so funny, and Star Almighty was nice. I don't know what happened to him. Star Eater or whatever. I don't know. He changed his name a few times, but yeah. See, I mentioned PC because PC is standing right behind K-Shine, and if you're gonna write for somebody, please don't stand behind him and nod at every line. It's so obvious when somebody writes somebody's bars, because they're looking for the reaction they feel like their bars deserve. I don't know. I'll say allegedly for all of this because, I can't prove it, but it does seem pretty obvious. And with PC, he's such a slow rapper where either K-Shine delivered it the way PC told him to, or maybe NWX told K-Shine, listen, you gotta match what Hitman does on that stage, so you gotta really slow it down. Slow down your delivery. Because K-Shine gets ahead of himself, but that's what makes K-Shine K-Shine. He has that fast delivery. K-Shine is a his delivery is excellent. If you want to look at his old delivery, if you ever seen him perform live too, it's just fire. It's something about the rhythm that he has while he's rapping so fast that no one could really duplicate. That makes him so special, and he basically changed it to where he didn't even sound like himself, and that's taken away from one of his great strengths. So I don't know what he was doing up there. Then he's bouncing side to side like New Jersey twerk. Just looked so awkward on that stage. But aside from the performance and aside from my own little allegations of this one's right for that one, because you can't prove it, so I don't let that sort of change my decision or anything. But so I mean, let's get into his round. I'm not gonna repeat all the bars, but he had like one just crazy haymaker. He said, "What? I gotta remix it? Nah, face shots, both heaters. How the fuck you gonna remix with no features, man? Crazy." And what was so great about that moment too is you kind of thought for a second, oh no, he's gonna try to remix it, and that's the last thing anybody wants to see. Don't remix it. If you don't remix it. I hate that kind of stuff, but he didn't, and that was great. K-Shine had so many lines just back to back to back. I'm not gonna quote them all, but it was kind of weird, and because the crowd just wasn't really giving it up for him. Um, and I don't know if that's what caused that like awkward end in the first round. K-Shine basically stopped himself while he was rapping, and then looked at the timekeeper like, "Oh yeah, that's time," And it's like, "No, it's not time. Keep going. What do you stop it for?" And he did that a couple times. And so, the crowd's looking at him like, "You choking? This is your way of trying to pretend you're not choking." But, I don't think he was choking. I don't really know what was happening there. It was so weird, and it was such a terrible way to end the round. Hitman was up 1-0 for sure after that. I talk a lot about closers. I don't really talk about opening bars that often, but you definitely need a good opener and a good closer. And, of course, you want to be consistent throughout, but that was just a terrible way to end the round. And then Hitman starts his second round, and here he is again with just great openers. He had a line, all these clowns, and none of y'all got the it factor. And I mean, we've heard the clown it line so many times. I think Snow might have had like the really first one against Ty Law. That was, a room shaker, really. And ever since then, we've heard like a new clown it line every week in battle rap. But this one was really good, creative, well executed, and I mean, you look at NWX, you could argue they got some stars, but still, that bar definitely hit. Um, Hitman was talking about his loyalty, his jealousy with Rock. It was a lot of stuff that, again, that Rex should have really talked to him about, but again, a lot of basic lines, and I mean, he had that one line. He said, "Heat seekers lose your cool," and the guy to Don DeMarco. It was like, damn. I mean, a lot of the stuff Hitman write. This is the type of shit you'd write when you first start writing, and a lot of it is stuff you would have threw out even when you did first start writing. And I don't know if Hitman's just that confident that it seems like he doesn't even like he believes in anything he writes down. I don't know what his editing process is like, but it just seems like somebody who just sort of, how you freestyle, there'll be a lot of garbage in between because you're freestyling. I feel like he just free writes, and he loves it all, and like nothing gets taken out, but the way he delivers it, he sells it, so it's still effective, it still works. It's just weird to me because when we get into the second half of the second round and K-Shine, the amount of times he got booed, there were a lot of moments in Hitman's second where he could have gotten booed and he didn't. So I don't know, but he still had a solid second round. man, he said, you have the nerve to give a fake five to the hand that feed you? Again, referring to the Rex battle, crazy. He had my brother out of jail, and his brother jumps in, don't make me go back. Um, you know, what do you feel about Show Out? Is he doing too much on that stage? Because he's been getting in people's faces left and right, and it's just too much. It's he's not touching people, hitting people, stuff like that. He's treating it like a battle rapper would. He'll get in their face, but the thing is, you're not a battle rapper, and it's like that Hitman line. The contract said I can't hit this nigga, not you. And now, if someone is to hit show out when he does that, would they be wrong? I don't know. I look at that as a situation where that could go left so easily, but I don't think anybody wants to fuck with Show Out or Hitman, and so he gets away with it. So I don't know. It is what it is, but that's just one of those things where I look at it like, wow, if you were ever gonna, hit someone in a battle, that might be the time. But whatever. I'm not saying you should and all that. This is battle rap, whatever. But I would pull him to the side, maybe even before the battle, and be like, "Listen, don't get in my face. Don't do any of that shit. I don't play that shit." But so we get into K Shine's second round, probably the most memorable round of the battle, and for all the wrong reasons. What a train wreck! This was like the crowd was kind of like, when you want to fuck someone up and you're just looking at them to give you a reason for you to put hands on them, and it doesn't take much. That's how the crowd was looking at K-Shine. They just were not fucking with him, and they were dying to boo him. He had a lot of lines that were pretty good, nothing too crazy, but really good lines that got absolutely no reaction. And they finally booed him. I think they booed him. There was this rain dance line, and I don't even think it was the line itself, but the way he did the rain dance. He was doing like the Native American, hand over the mouth thing. I don't know, but the crowd booed him for that. Then he had a line. It was this was the second time he got booed. He was like, tweet for fame about how your heaters bang 120 characters, but in person them characters never be the same. That was hard, and he got booed for it. It didn't make any sense. Then you got Nunu, who was like defending him. She's got the sad face. The last thing you want in a fight is a girl jumping in to defend you, and it just made K-Shine look so corny. This whole second round was just so bad. Then he had like a dying every round, like Easter came line, and they booed him for that. I mean, not a great line, probably because you heard it before, but like I said, if you're gonna boo him for these lines, how do you not boo Hitman for his lines? Because he had a lot worse and a lot more basic. He had a lot of lines that normal URL crowds would have booed, but it's Hitman, so they didn't. And again, he has great performance, so he sells it. But if this round couldn't get any more weird, boom, Big T jumps in, and he got a fire line. Pick a sharpshooter, aim for wherever Hitman hard at. But then there was a long pause for the crowd reaction, and the thing is, the crowd was just so excited to have Big T rapping instead of K-Shine, and that's kind of why they went crazy. But another funny moment, someone in the crowd screams out, "Tag in DNA, hurry up." Oh man, they just did K-Shine so dirty. This crowd was just not messing with him. He got booed again. He got booed 4 times in that round, and the fourth one was booing his entire round when he was done with the round. K-Shine definitely didn't deserve that. And, again, not really the craziest round, but this was the typical NWX, DNA, K-Shine, whatever, that style, where it's just bar after bar after bar after bar. And, a lot of it gets uninteresting because it's the same shit just over and over and over again. So, if they booed him for that, maybe that is the reason why, but he definitely didn't deserve that. It put the nail in his coffin. Hitman up 2-0. So maybe that's why they turned on him. I don't know. But anyway, we get into Hitman's third round, and he rebuttals Big T. I've said this in previous recaps. Your rebuttal has to be better than the original line, and it wasn't. But he still got a good reaction, and it just showed you how much the crowd was favoring Hitman. And I mean, Hitman even knew it wasn't great. He says like, "That's rebuttal. I'm in my bag today," and he gets a standing ovation for just saying that, which is funny to me. But again, he had a lot of good lines. Good third round. He had like a Coach K great form line. Fell off. I must have landed on my legacy. I know y'all want that old Hitman, but my bank account scream otherwise. And someone screams out, "Talk that money shit." Is again, kind of basic line, but good line. Yeah, he had a good third round. It was kind of short, but he got into K-Shine always, always almost about to fight a nigga, like he put it. And then he brought up the whole biting, what was his name, Joe Light back in the day. Very good. Um, stuff that people have said before, but K-Shine's been so extra lately that this probably hit harder than ever. And then another funny moment, someone said, "Give him some water." Hitman drink some water, and he's like, "Thanks, coach," or something. I don't know. This is a weird battle, a lot of crowd interaction. But all in all, he had a good third round. It was beatable, but it was good. So we get into K-Shine's third, and like I brought up in the beginning, where I said, never really looked at K-Shine as one of the all-time great performers, but once he got into the whole how soft is he, how fraud is he, all that stuff, I was like, all right, I get it. I guess that's what they mean with performance. But like I said, it was more about creativity rather than delivery. It's not really the way he's delivering his material. It's just man, how do I even describe it? Just like a concept type of round. It's just different and it's great. These are those entertaining moments in battle rap when you could come up with a classic concept round. The K-Shine's definitely had a lot of those. So, and a lot of good lines too. He said, show out's part of the remix. The only reason why they know your rounds. The whole hold you up, hold you down, the fake five thing, the took that cannon everywhere with me like Q-Tip in Prison Song. They got crickets. I don't know if anybody saw Prison Song, but I saw that. I remember before that was ever even released, like downtown Manhattan. I didn't even know what I was walking into, but it was interesting. All the characters in it. But whatever, neither here nor there. Thing is, K-Shine again. They weren't looking to react, and he had so much crazy shit in that round that if it was Hitman up there, that crowd would have been going crazy, and that could have easily been round of the battle. But it was just awkward. Your lines aren't gonna hit if the crowd isn't behind you, and that was K-Shine's problem throughout the whole round. And it's not really something he could fix, really. I don't really know what to say. Like I said, I didn't like his performance in this battle. He slowed it down, but that was more so in the first round. His second and third were more, the K-Shine we remember and like. But crowd just wasn't fucking with him. You could say 2-1. You could say K-Shine took the third. You could say Hitman 3-0. I guess preference. And the thing with K-Shine's third, as good as it was, there was a lot of weird moments too, where just he expected reactions he didn't get, and it was like that throughout all three rounds. So that really took away from the battle. If the crowd wasn't biased, and I guess we could get rid of the whole New York crowds are biased thing, because I mean, you look at a battle like this, they were clearly favoring Hitman, St. Louis, K-Shine's from Harlem, so it might have been a case of, these battle rap crowds, especially these URL crowds, they seem to get younger and younger, just by the event. It's like every event, the crowd gets like 3 years younger, and Hitman is on Wild 'N Out, and that's like a popular show for, I guess, like teenagers and preteens. I guess, I don't know. I don't really know too many adults that would watch that, but I guess you would if you're into battle rap and stuff. I don't know. Can't really get into it. It's just too, cute. It's like I don't know. It's a kid show, so I imagine they all came out to see Hitman, and maybe that's why he got so much reaction. I don't know. I don't know the age. Maybe there was an age limit though that would prevent that from happening. I don't really know how that works, but it was definitely imbalanced. Like I said, Hitman had a lot of basic bars, and the crowd was just going crazy. K-Shine's just, back to back hard bars and nothing crickets. So really does play into the battle. Um, you could argue K-Shine won, but he didn't. If you want to just pretend the crowd doesn't exist, you want to take their notebooks and read through them and compare the bars on paper or whatever, you could do that and say K-Shine had better material. And I'd agree he did, but that's not what battle rap is. And you have to perform your material, and that's what makes Hitman so amazing. He does have that it factor. He has, you know, arguably the best delivery in the history of battle rap, and he showed it in this battle. So, all in all, I thought it was a good battle. It started off way better than it ended, but still a good battle. So I had it Hitman 2-1. I do think K-Shine took the third. I think Hitman took the first and the second. And I think this battle did have replay value, a lot of classic moments throughout. But yeah, that's how I had it. Let me know how you had it. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think. And that's it for today. All right, peace.